I learned from the last time that I recorded that I like to hold something in my hand that resembles a mic, but that it cannot actually be the mic because I am screeching into that little thing and nobody needs that. And so alas, today we're using my little pilot pen. I am trying to strike a balance between painting the picture but not painting it in detail, because I also recognize that this is the internet and I don't really know if I want my shit swimming on the interwebs. Essentially, me doing these little videos is to paint the picture, capture a human being who heard, "Do it! Just do it!" and is doing it, and is lost at times, and is crashing out at times, and is trying to wrap her head around the present moment and accept it, and to pursue her most ideal version of herself. Okay? In the pursuit of her most ideal self, she is literally detaching or distancing herself. I am distancing myself from Obligations Vivian and pursuing ideal Vivian. But Obligations Vivian was so safe and so familiar. But I could tell retrospectively that I might not with that lifestyle. I might not be happy at the end of the day if I went down that path. And I didn't take a second. I didn't take a chance. I didn't take a chance at a version of myself that I guess, dreamed of. First of all, shout out Mr. Pink and shout out Miss Mandy. That is why my thoughts are roughly organized right now. I don't know if I could be the video essay type of person that like breaks it down for you and then gives you some self-help advice. Brother, best believe I am running through those self-help books like you wouldn't believe. So I don't know if I'm ready to help anyone just yet. I'm still trying to figure out how to help myself, okay? Essentially, my attempt today is to verbalize, to be able to put into words why I was kind of bumbling inside, in the dome, in my brain, and in my heart. I just was not at ease. And I think I've gained some clarity onto how to explain that. Let's just start with 2 words. Resistance and regret. Okay. I think this is the first time in my life where I'm like, hey, lock in, because you will definitely have a massive regret if you don't do something completely out of your comfort zone. But by doing what is so out of my comfort zone, I am met with so much resistance. I am quick to paint disappointments, like the shit that's not in my control that has resulted in me being disappointed. I am quick to change my feelings of disappointment to feelings of regret, like I didn't do enough. I did my damn tootin' darnest, okay? And my relocation to a new city, my leaving of the 9-to-5, the corporate life, just essentially had me bouncing to this playground where I'm so completely lost, like a little bit frozen, like the awkward kid who's like kind of like in the middle of the sandbox and everyone's having a hootin' and hollerin' time and I'm like blanking out. There are moments of confidence and moments of reinvigoration now, but that's after a month of getting here and then friends visiting and being like, Vivian, where is your furniture? And if they don't say it out loud, I know they're saying it in their head. And that's a reflection of like, oh, it's because I didn't want to settle in. I didn't want to get settled into my reality today. I am just now coming around to wrapping my head around the fact that I am in Chicago, chasing this ideal Vivian. But at the same time, I'm trying to distinguish if the things that I'm chasing now are different though. Like, are they still the same as what I wanted when I was younger? Are these dreams still the same dreams? I've also came around to 2 things that are like sort of debunked. I would say that I'm not a huge risk taker. I'd rather not, and then upon reflection, this is pretty risky. Getting clarity with any path in my life required me to take a risk, like to just take a shot at it and see what lands. And I've been very blessed, very lucky that I haven't been completely destroyed after taking said chance, after staying in motion, which is reassuring. But if I could, I really wouldn't want to. It's terrifying to take a risk. Loss can be involved, gains can be involved. In general, uncertainty is involved, okay? Not the biggest fan. But here I am today. Exactly where I am today is because I took a risk. I took a chance on myself. I can take an extra second in the day or two to applaud myself versus dogging on myself and being like, yo, are you sure leaving, financial and job security was the move? Like, did we grow up? Did we need to pursue the passion like that? Are we actually really happy? Okay, so like those other noises can die down a little bit if I'm like, wait, you did a hard thing. I'm not a risk taker, but I be taking some risks, okay? Next, I'm a big planner. That probably ties into the risk aversion, but I do like a little bit of planning, okay? I need some rough outline. And when I got here, or when I decided in May to just go like, we're done, we're not doing this job, I am just not happy here. I am dreading even growth in this job. That's when I was like, yo, something's off. I'm a big fan of growth, okay? Even though there are solid Vivian is complaining about said growth because it's so uncomfortable, but like truly I value growth. And to be someone who is being encouraged to grow, to move up said corporate ladder, I was like, nah, I don't want to. Don't talk to me about it. I couldn't even be bothered right now to listen to any of the words that are coming out of your mouth, respectfully. I didn't want to grow. So that's where I was like, wait a minute. It's either I stay and act. I stay at this job and I play the role of like, I'm committed to growing, but I really don't want to. So therefore I'm lying to others and lying to myself, or I just fucking leave. Shake hands, cordially leave. So I went with number 2, and honestly, that felt like pressing a button that was so simple, so simple. It was like red or green, red or blue, blue button, red button. It doesn't matter. Just hit the button and go. It was so simple in my head. A part of me wanted to digest that and dig at that and investigate. Wait, did we plan enough? Like, typically we're a planner. Did we really think that through? And so I started talking to myself as if I was incapable of being a long-term planner. But in actuality, this very version of me, where I just like broke free from the cage that I built for myself and just started, for lack of better words, shaking my ass on the streets, I just like went for it, okay? That has always been the plan. The plan was plan A for as long as you possibly can, and then you can finally switch to plan B, which plan B is actually plan A, because plan B being plan A means like that's the initial plan that you always wanted for yourself. So I've always had this plan in the back burner, and now I'm just finally living it, and living the day-to-day is a little terrifying, especially when your dreams are more along the lines of creativity, arts and farts, okay? And the narrative that is out there is that a creative endeavor is usually not the most smart. But I am someone who is currently letting go of smart and doing my best to go for most fulfilling. But smart got me so far for so long that I can't really leave my system in like 2 months. So I'm realizing, no wonder I'm freaking terrified. Okay? When I'm in heightened terrified mode, I sometimes roll into self-loathing for no reason. Anywho, I'm gonna put down the notes for a second, because it's starting to make me feel like I need to go about this in the most proper and structured way, in the most perfect way, and I'm actually tweaking out a little bit. No, I'm not, but it's just, let me just relax for a tad. I think I've watched back to back content from people. I admire them. They're f***ing doing the thing. But there are folks who are like, just do it. Again, like they've got over the hump. I'm not quite there yet. As much as I can find more pockets now to, give myself a little bit of slack, reassure that I did something that's like the best for myself. I just can't see the end of the line yet, because the line is created every second as I breathe and live, okay? Like, the future doesn't even exist yet, it's just now. As much as I have moments and time to celebrate myself in that way, uncertainty land just exists, and I'm trying to make peace with it. I'm trying to make peace with, hey, this might have been an incredible idea, and also this could have been the stupidest thing. And I just wanted to have a space to be honest about that. Hey, in an ideal world, again, I watch back on this and I laugh a little bit. I'm like, you were worrying too much. You were doing too much. And let's say that's not what's going to happen. I know that with time, at least, I would have gained clarity. If I was still at my office job, I would be clouded, very clouded. A heavy, gray cloud. I'm not doing something that is like groundbreaking and new, right? There are so many people who have done the damn thing and they're great, or they're completely not known. It's the fact that this story is new for me. That story was new for that person, and they got past the dips and the humps, you know, and they made it. And so I just have to trust the process. And it just gets tough to trust the process when you have to like restructure how you go about life or adapt new ways of thinking. Ego does not want to die. I think that honestly sums up the entirety of my crash out. My ego doesn't want to die. When you had structure, but that structure was not only security, that structure was also capital, like social capital. Like people could look at you and be like, I know what you are. And you're standing in a situation now today where you're like, I don't even know what I am. You know, it's humbling. It's humbling because I have to sort of be okay with kind of being nothing right now. Again, hopefully in a couple months, this idea of being nothing is more freeing than terrifying. Another thought I'm having right now: the ego loves to feed off of, you know, external attention. And I've really quieted down the external attention over the years. Heavily on the Instagram, heavily on that TikTok. This is a little bit different. Honestly, this relationship, me making content truly for myself, give myself something to freaking do, because I've decided to record this chapter of my life, put it together, and allow myself to watch it in the future. My relationship to YouTube is not 100% consumed. I'm leaning into the things that I like. Ask me to code in front of a screen, and I'd rather not be there, okay? But it's been almost 2 years of me not really having an online presence. All I have now is YouTube on my Safari browser. So she glitches out every, 20 minutes. Although that algorithm is crazy, okay? That algorithm, I don't know what they be pumping in the air, but like that algorithm built different. It's like spooky. It's like an algorithm that knows your fears type shit, okay? So that's all I got right now. I'm not completely free from the doom scrolling life, okay? I have my moments where I just want to rot, but it's definitely 180 from the way that I was before, where I was rotting inside and outside, okay? I just knew after graduating, if I saw people online going on big, lavish trips, concerts, just eventful things in life, whilst I feel heightened responsibility mode to get a job, get shit cooking, and I'm neither getting a fun trip or employment, I'm going to be so depressed. I will briefly say that shutting off the Instagram does not negate depression from happening to you. That shit's gonna come no matter what you do, but at least it won't be as bad. So I was trying to, anticipate what might come and then just make sure I don't get it all too terrible. So part of that agenda was to just not be online, turn things off, recalibrate, reset. And then it's been 2 years and I'm like, I don't actually really want to go back. Granted, I did go back once because I was really itching for the attention of somebody. We're not going to get too deep into that, but that was very silly and so unnecessary and I'm very embarrassed. I got a long way to go for a lot of things. We're not going to do that again. I have lessened my need for external validation in that way. And this creating of something is truly from an internal, like a personal want and aspiration just to create. That being said, posting myself online to document this isn't guaranteeing any stardom, any fate of greatness. So my ego isn't getting tamed in that way, but it is giving me something to do. Essentially, I'm creating my own flow state. All the science is out there to let you know flow state is good. I've come quite far from where I was about a month ago when I landed here, and I was like, oh boy, what the hell did I do? And now I'm sort of embracing the fact that I can truly kind of do anything, but that I have to keep going. And then within the trying of doing anything in this phase, I'm gonna pick the ones that are really working in my favor and then zone in, hone in, lock in, and push them to be in my favor whilst enjoying them. Because I was pushing shit to be in my favor. I wasn't enjoying it though. I was staying in the job, staying in the traditional route, staying in, oh, I can expect XYZ to come from ABC, okay? I was staying in that, not feeling good though. Because as I was living in that realm, I was constantly thinking about, but what if I did exactly this? Of course, in a silly way, once I got here, I was unsatisfied. But that was some shit that I had to just teach myself, like, yo, you can't just like keep on being dissatisfied. Relax, calm down a little. You're not gonna get exactly what you want from this, but this is what you needed. And that's much more important. Yeah, I really thought I was gonna get into the nitty gritty of like every single thing that went wrong. But my main focus for myself today was to reflect on the things that are working, or to focus on the phrase like at least XYZ. So at least I got here and I'm not back in a place where I was resenting my own self. I was aggravated to do work that I told myself would be purposeful, and honestly using the money that I did get as comfort. Those are very temporary comforts. And right now I'm learning how to comfort myself in a different way by creating versus consuming. I was watching a TED Talk the other night, part of my decompress routine. End of the night, I'm playing one of my TED Talks. It was about designing your life. And one of the exercises was to think of 3 versions of you, 3 different lives that you're living. It helped and it didn't help, because then my brain went on, then what do I do exactly now to achieve one of those 3? Honestly, this video today was a little tougher to make than I anticipated. It's always much more fun to go on and on about a current crash out. This is like some bone settling, getting really into the marrow level of accepting or gaining of perspective that I've reached. I have to be open to the fact that, let's say I roughly said, we arrive here to pursue this, and it might very well be this or something completely different. I'm trying to make myself open to all of that. I will say big thumbs up to the folks who make content out there telling you to just do it, you know, and like just take the first step. I'm here to tell you that I'm taking my steps and I'm very shakily walking. The gait looks a little insane, okay? But I am gaining clarity as I go. So that's a hopeful thing. Yeah, they should really say like, take the first step. Don't be afraid, take the first step. But also you might fall on your face. Really should have started out with that. And alongside that, you got to pick your own ass up. You really do. Shout out my mom again. I remember sometimes I'd be doing the stupidest shit and I'm wailing. And she's just standing there and she's just like, well, I told you. Get up then. And then I gotta get up. Okay, I don't know how to end this video, so I'll just let you in on a side story of what I ate today. I was really craving Jia. Shit is fire. Didn't have that. I didn't have that. So instead I cooked a can of kidney beans, threw a little sugar in there. Sweet kidney beans. I know that sounds crazy. But if you've had Jia, you'd know, you'd see the vision. And if you don't see the vision, I don't really care, because as my mom says, anda otidao. I think that's the saying. Is it a proverb? I don't know. But that means eat the beans and you will land. I think specifically eat the beans and you will ace the test. Look, even if I have a silly time recording the thing and I don't feel confident, I know I'm going to throw down in the editing. I know I'm going to be, okay, dragging and dropping like it's nobody's business. I'm just gonna say bye now.